Ah, holy smokes, is this ridiculous. Before we get further into things though, yes, this is petty and stupid, but let's face it people, that's pretty much modernity in a nutshell. No wonder us sane people want to get off this planet. Now someone showed me this on the Twitter, and again, Adam friend that has me blocked, so if I ever do get something shared, it's via DMs and screenshots. And this particular one was so egregious it made me go, no bloody way, and I had to check it out on my other account. Before I get into that one though, I stumbled onto this one. It's funny that blocked people always scream, coward. Have you ever blocked someone out of fear? No, but I suspect you have. Maybe I'm a bad person, no shit, but I most commonly block people for entertainment. And you know this is about me, because he was in my damn comment section just saying lol, and I was the one who called him a coward. Someone points it out there in the thread as well. When was this said? The 2nd of February, same day as my video coming out. Oh, what a coincidence that is. People always scream coward. Okay, how about bitch, Adam? Is that one better for you? Adam, I've had many people over the years tell me their comments get deleted from your streams when they are critical of you. Hell, ever since this came out, I've had people message me screenshots of what got them blocked by you. And it's always their political opinions. So don't give me this weak sauce nonsense of, I most commonly block people for entertainment. How the hell do you get entertainment when they can't see what you're saying or you what they're saying? How do you get entertainment absent of any stimulation whatsoever? Unless you think they're sitting there seething going, ugh, I can't tweet at Adam anymore. No, they just think you're a salty bitch who can't take criticism. Hell, this statement implies you get thrills and entertainment from blocking people. Total coincidence, it's just overwhelmingly their political opinions that stir your ire. Cope harder. But here's the one that someone showed me. A market is any place where people exchange goods. Democracy is a market where votes are traded for public policy. I'm pausing so you can all laugh at the absurdity of that statement. If you are pro-markets, you are pro-democracy. Hey Adam, quick question for you. Could I buy something under the rule of, say, King Louis XIV in Royal Absolutist France? Yes. Could I buy something under the military dictatorship of Augusto Pinochet? Yes. Or how about the monarchical rule of Saudi Arabia today? Yes. Okay, so the idea that you need to be pro-democracy in order to be pro-market is an utter crock of shit. If you are anti-democracy, you want to abolish this votes for policy market and create a planned public policy economy. Adam, how many residents in that hellhole of a state called California right now approve of the state of California? It's objectively a reeking shithole, which means either A, your fellow Californians are complete morons who vote in other incompetent morons, and your state is really inefficient and very badly run, or B, the governing apparatus of California is rotten to the core and they don't give a damn what the people think, in which case corruption rules the place. Either way, you're blue-pilled up to your eyeballs and you can fuck off. By the way, I know many Americans, also known as my audience, are not this deluded. I know you guys cringe and think, dear God, comments like this is what makes people think Americans are stupid. I know you want all this bad because you're watching this video. Now, luckily, someone replied with some sanity. I'm sorry, but this is one of your worst takes ever, base and true. In a market, I can buy any product I choose or not buy any product I choose. In a democracy, my vote is basically useless. I am forced to accept the policies of whoever wins the election and have no way to opt out. 100% true, it is the will of the majority. It's still a market. You are whining that there are not enough products and that they must be purchased with the help of others. It's still a marketplace. No, you moron. He's telling you he's forced to live under somebody else's purchases. It's not about a lack of products. Can you even read this? I know California's literacy rates are so low you could argue they're trying to manufacture mentally stunted individuals. Well, we already know they do that, but anyway. In a democracy, you don't get to pick the candidates. Moneyed interests pick the candidates for you. They go on the ballot, after which you get the so-called freedom to vote for that. To quote Lysander Spooner, a man is no less a slave simply because he can choose a new master every couple of years. Wise words indeed. The idea of choice for the masses is nothing more than a smokescreen to pacify the people from taking up arms against the regime. Yeah, I mean, there's blue pill and then there's NPC drone level. This is like veering off into dev territory over here. But let's really hammer it home here, shall we? This is what someone commented on to get themselves blocked. Elite theory is not complicated, it just contradicts selectorate theory. If you want to say that the electorate is controlled by advertising, gerrymandering, or some other cultural political force that completely transfers all their political power over to the will of the elites, you have to give me some concrete evidence. You know how I've said before that there's some things people will say where I just go, yeah, I'm out, because it's so obvious that if they can't see it, I know I'm not dealing with a functional mind. This is one of those. It's like having a red balloon pressed against your face and someone asking you for evidence of said red balloon. I'm not even trying to be rude here, just honest. But this is a level of obvious that if you profess to miss this, It will lead to anyone sane rapidly concluding, you are either disingenuous as sin or you're gullible and dumb as fuck. But anyway, that's enough of Adam's blue pill copery. Sitch this time is gonna hop on board the stupid train and say something absurd. But here's the thing, I don't actually mind Sitch, for the most part, fairly reasonable, except when it comes to Russia, then he sounds like a boomer neocon, absolutely off the wall batshit crazy. That in his defense of Biden is absolutely jarring. I still remember when I asked him, do you think Biden is corrupt? And he said Hunter is, but he doesn't think Joe is. If you listen very carefully, you could actually hear the jaws of the audience dropping. That was surreal. I think Hard Bastard was right. When someone starts parroting regime talking points, you can be sure something is up. Looking at their behavior, if they were paid off by someone higher up, I wouldn't be remotely surprised, to be honest. So here's what he said on Twitter. Why the border wall is mostly useless under our current system. Currently, the law forces Border Patrol to take any illegal immigrants that they find on US soil to be processed where they claim asylum and enter the system that can take up to 2 years to make a determination. This is why you see videos of border agents helping people through fence and wire, which they are already on US soil when they breach. All a wall does is slow a person's ability to enter it, as it can be cut through, climbed, gone around, etc. You'd think you'd be in favor of stemming the tide, but okay. Currently, most illegal immigrants are not sneaking in and then hiding in the population. They're just entering and walking up to US officials to enter the system. Slowing entry doesn't matter even remotely when someone can just show up and declare they want to apply for asylum. A border wall on its own without the ability to automatically deport and turn away people entering illegally is a completely pointless virtue signal and a waste of money. The law has to be fixed for a wall or fence to matter. Again, when Sitch says something dumb, it's so much worse. Sitch, you don't live in California, as far as I'm aware. You aren't drowning in exhaust fumes and fecal matter. I expect this kind of stupidity from Californians. They live in California. What's your excuse? To say that the wall isn't necessary is like saying, well, we don't need jails because no one's arresting or prosecuting criminals. You do realize you need both enforcement of the law and a place to put the criminals, yes? They are both necessary. Has the concept of deterrence, has that just vanished into thin air, has it? I mean, can we just get rid of prison walls because we have enforcement mechanisms? No, that's dumb as shit. Just because the wall isn't useful to you now doesn't mean it won't be necessary in the future. It obviously will be. I mean, if you can build a wall by which your own admission slows people down whilst the laws get repaired or someone grows some balls and more like and finally shows up and does some shit, where's the bad? If someone comes in later with a strict as hell set of laws, but the walls are like Swiss cheese and busted, you're just needlessly allocating resources you could have used now to build a bloody wall. Like, if you made the case you wouldn't trust the people building it now because they're openly facilitating this horde, that would actually make some sense. I could maybe get behind that kind of an argument. But to suggest it's a virtue signal because it doesn't fit the current situation, nah, that's just short-sighted. Now, you can have laws, stringent as hell, but if the wall wasn't there, you'd just have waves of people storming the joint. Unless there were severe consequences like, I don't know, lethal ones. You would think some base Americans would advocate for that kind of thing, considering the Second Amendment, but anyway. I mean, it's for protection. What's more noble defense than of one's own nation's state? Frankly, something that disturbs me more about all of this is how unbelievably passive the West has become. There is no talk of the moral necessity of force anywhere. We rely on an openly evil and psychotic bureaucracy to do the right thing whilst everyone hates that bureaucracy for being lying serpents who only bow to money. The West just sits there, begging like pathetic fucking children to do something, as if the regime gives a damn what you think or want, as it prints and borrows money, only to send it to war zones that they provoke into becoming war zones, after which it goes God knows where, and allows an open invasion and violation of its sovereignty for years on end, willingly, as the regime just sits on its fat ass, waving around papers and impotently mumbling to itself in an echo chamber with no regards for anyone or anything outside of that perverted whorehouse they call DC. Say what you want about my preferred system of government, but there is no way in hell a king could do this without rapidly putting his entire regime in seriously mortal danger. Oh, and one last thing, because this cannot be left unmocked. The claims of the regime that the border problem is Trump's fault, that the Republicans don't want it fixed because Trump wants to run on it as a campaign issue. He ran on it when he won in 2016 when you twats were in power. You sucked then and you still suck now. Why on earth would we trust you to suddenly fix it when you're the ones who broke it now in the frickin' first place? Hell, the only reason you are using Trump on this issue is so that you can fix it temporarily just to stop him from having it as a campaign issue, and considering you're the ones who broke it again in the friggin' first place, why on earth would anyone trust you to not open the floodgates the moment the election is over? Unbelievable how anyone buys this bollocks. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.